job. Thank you to Ariel, our hype man, for getting us started this morning. Welcome to Coffee with the Port St. Lucie Mayor. I'm Teresa Aronson from the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. It is our pleasure, our honor to host this event every second Friday of the month. It's free. It's open to the public. It takes place right here in Council Chambers at City Hall. We offer coffee in Danish, courtesy of silver platter entrees, and we would love for you to join us. And I am joined right now, as I always am, with, of course, the mayor of this beautiful city of Port St. Lucie, the one, the only, Gregory Oravec. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, thank you so much. Can I throw a curveball at you immediately at the beginning of 2018?
It would not be Coffee with the Mayor unless you did.
We have a very special guest, and we're joined, obviously, not only by this room full of Port St. Luckies.
All special guests.
Call them. They're all special.
Yes.
But we have a visiting special guest from Haiti.
Oh, very
and
nice.
We have the mayor, I believe it's of Kabar, and her name is Mayor Nice Simon. And of course, that's, I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. But I'd like to say Nice Simon because I don't want you to confuse her with her evil twin, Naughty Simon.
Yes.
Nice. Mayor, would you please come up?
Yes, join us.
Come right into the middle there.
We don't have a microphone because I didn't know you were going to do this. I see Bob and Mark scrambling as we speak. But welcome, thank you. And how do you pronounce your name?
Nice.
Nice Simon.
French. Nice Simon.
Nice Simone?
Yes.
Yes. Exactly. Nice Simone is how you would pronounce it.
But if we say
Haiti.
it nice, then I can't play with naughty. Right?
No, that's true. And I like that it's nice. Thank you for joining us. What brings you over?
My sister lives in Port St. Lucie.
Oh.
And I went to visit Mayor Vallejo from North Miami Beach.
Oh, very good.
And he called the mayor and introduced me to him, and I called him and invited me today.
Oh, very nice. Thank you for doing that. It's a pleasure
Thank you for
having
inviting
you
me
here.
Thank you.
From the wonderful, we have a lot of Haitian residents here in our city, and they're very active in the community, so it's nice to have you over. What else are you doing while you're in town?
Pretty much, I lay down and
Chilling out.
because I'm very busy when I'm in Haiti. When I come here and I rest a little bit, and I'm going back on Sunday.
Oh, very nice. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me here today.
So your sister's name?
My sister's name is Mireille Simon.
Okay, so I'm going to really have to work on my French and similar
it is French,
languages.
Yes.
So of all the places your sister could have chosen to live, she chose Port St. Lucie. So your family must be highly intelligent. Is that true? Do you come from a family of geniuses? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, she used to live in West Palm Beach, and she just moved here like 3 months ago, and she loved it.
Very nice. Yeah, we're a great community. Very welcoming.
Yes, very calm, and it's a great place to raise children.
Yes.
It is. It is. And of course, I do not speak French. I've focused on Spanish. What about you? Do you speak French?
I thought I spoke French, and then I went to France, and they promptly told me I did not.
It's not an easy language. Creole is easier than French.
Yeah. Creole's a lot different than French,
I'm going to take her word for it. I don't know that
I thought I spoke fluent French, but I was so wrong.
Everyone knows that sac passé in Haiti, sac passé naboulé.
Okay.
So if you just get withdrawal, though, and you just need it, you just need to hear some French or something. We are home to the only Club Med in the United States, and they are speaking French there like crazy. So
yes, they speak a lot of French there.
Yes, sure.
French Canadian though too. Again, different.
Very, very different. We're having a lot of fun, but we do have a big Haitian population. We do celebrate Haitian Flag Day at the Village Square at City Center. So that's one of the events that we have every year, and we're very proud that we're a city for all people. And thank you so much for being here. Give your sister our best. And if you want a little bit more excitement and you need some ideas, call me or Trissa, and we will make sure your last day or two is as fun as you want it to be.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Simone. Well, that was a nice surprise.
It was, and it's always good to give a guest a present. So I'll present you with the city pin off of my lapel. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mary.
Speaking of presents, I saw this and it immediately reminded me of you. We didn't see each other in December because you were busy. You got sick. I was out of town. So I wanted to give it to you because it immediately reminded me of you when I saw it. So feel free. You just pull it open. It's a cute little box.
A Happy Meal is not going to be good anymore.
No, it'll be a little stale, but the toy's still awesome. And I think that the audience will agree with me. They'll see it right away on why it reminded me of you. So pull that out. And Merry belated Christmas. And if you look at it, it's a little bald man that will hold up your phone, and it's an angry bald man that's punching the phone as it ends.
I'm a very happy bald man.
It's punching the phone, which I adore. So it came loose a little bit, so we have to twirl it. But
all right, shall we demonstrate this for me here?
Get your phone.
I'll get the city one in case it breaks, yeah?
Smart thinking. See, and then you set this up, and you put it on your desk so you can see it. But look, he's getting ready to punch it. He's mad at it, and so he's punching it.
Excellent. Well, I hope that's a reflection of my intensity.
It is, of your vigor to do great things for this city.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, my necklace just broke.
Oh gosh, now I have to get you 2 presents.
But I don't need it. Very good.
Well, thank you.
I'm excited about this new year.
Absolutely. And you probably want to get rid of me now so you can have on your sponsor and your guest.
Yes, my sponsor today is a first timer. She's very nervous.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, who is she?
It's Michelle Backus from Cruise Planners.
And this is her first time ever?
It's her first time ever doing this.
Does she know how many people watch this? The hundreds of thousands?
That's nice. Yeah. That's nice. Let's do that.
I mean, the embarrassment, it's not the 60 or 70 people you have to worry about in this room. It's the thousands that see
are
it.
Watching at home.
And then anyone who doesn't love you, it's always on, so they can just grab your worst moments and then put it into a GIF
Memes.
and then create an opposition Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stress.
It sounds like this has gotten very personal for you.
Really?
Are we still talking about Michelle?
I'm gonna go punch my phone. I'll see you on the next segment.
All right. Well, we'll be right back with our sponsor today, Michelle Backus from Cruise Planners. Welcome back to Coffee with the Port St. Lucie Mayor. I'm Teresa Aronson from the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. Our pleasure, our honor. Join us every month. It is free and open to the public. We throw in coffee in Danish, so we'd love to see you down here. There's plenty of seating. Starts at 8:30, second Friday of the month. And I am here now with our sponsor. And our sponsor this month is a first-timer, so we're going to go a little easy on her, but we're very happy to have her. Please welcome Michelle Backus from Cruise Planners.
Thank you.
Welcome, Michelle. Tell us, Michelle, a little bit about Cruise Planners. It's part of a bigger group, right?
Right, we're a franchise, so I own my own franchise. I'm a home-based agent, and I work from home, so I go out in the public and I sell travel. I do cruises, all-inclusives. It's not just a cruise-based business, not like the name Cruise Planners. So over the years, probably in the last 5-6 years, all-inclusives and the land tours have gotten much more popular where, back in the day it was mostly cruising was the popular thing,
But it's more tours.
It's evolved.
It's not really like air flight and hotels.
No,
it's tours.
Right, yeah, guided tours. If you want to go to Europe and see, landmarks, they'll do guided tours like the Vatican. If you go to the Vatican, you have to stay outside in line. If you do it yourself for 8 hours, it's crazy. But if you do a guided tour, they get you in. There's no waiting in line, and it's well worth doing a guided tour compared to doing it by yourself.
Very good.
Yeah.
And there's always a misnomer about cruise planners or cruise agents in general. You pay the exact same price you would on the internet or through the cruise, but there's an advantage to using an agent.
Yes, I'm your personal advocate. I don't work for the cruise lines. I don't work for any of the tour operators. I work for you. Mm-hmm. So I don't charge a fee. And with Cruise Planners, it's a big franchise. So we have good buying power. We have good, excuse me, rates where we book early as a group rate, and we offer that to our clients. So if you book early enough, you could still get into that group rate comparing to waiting till later on down the road. It's going to be more money.
Yeah, exactly. So what you guys do as a group, you block off like 20, 25 cabins, and when you book more cabins, you get a discounted rate, and then you sell those off individually.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we sometimes also have additional bonuses where onboard credit. So if you book direct, if they're having a $50 onboard credit sale, you get that along with something else that we offer, whether it's onboard credit, dinner for two in a specialty restaurant. You get the added amenities.
Yeah, you actually do get more if you use an agent. Plus, you never have to make the call to the cruise liner yourself, which I don't know if any of you have ever had to do that. It is not fun.
No, and it's time consuming, and why do it for you when I can do it for you? You know, it saves you time. You call me, and I work from home, so I don't have 9 to 5 hours. And I tell my clients, as long as I'm awake, I answer the phone. So I talk to clients at 9, 10 o'clock at night. If I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning, there's a message, I respond. And they like that I'm ready for them at any time. You know, I don't answer the phone at 2 o'clock unless I know that somebody's on an airfare, on a flight to Europe or something. You know, but other than that, you know, I answer the phone late at night for my clients or early in the morning.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate for agents because I know that they will do the work for you. You will absolutely not pay one dime more, and in most cases you'll pay less.
Absolutely.
And they also will take care of everything that I don't want to deal with.
Exactly.
And I do enjoy that.
Yes. I mean, if you have a flight that you know, look at up north where they had the weather delays. You know, some of these people are on the phone with the airlines, even though they're in the airport, where all they had to do is just call their agent. I'm the one that's going to be on hold. They're just going to sit back and wait for me to call them and tell them when their flight is. They're not going through the headaches, the hassles that some of those people had to deal with.
Very good. Give us your website in case people are ready to book, and your phone number, because they probably, you know, many people like to call and tell you what they want.
My phone number is 772-380-5916, and my website is luxurytravelwithmichelle.com.
Very good. And you have a tagline, so tell the people what it is so that they know.
It is, the internet is for looking, Michelle Backus is for booking.
Very good. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
All right. And we will be right back, everybody. We'll be back with the mayor. And of course, we'll have our special presentation from the Children's Services Council.
And we're back.
Yeah, welcome back to Coffee with the Port St. Lucie Mayor. I'm Teresa Aronson from the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Greg Orbeck, the mayor.
Yeah. Can't have a show with the mayor without the mayor, right?
That's what my contract says.
Yeah. And I've been told. So we have every month on this show, we have a partnership with the Children's Services.
Yeah, what do we have on every month on this show?
It's the first of the year, and I know that we are about to give out the Community Impact Award.
That's the first time you've gotten that right.
I'm making
awesome. 2018 is going to be.
Yes. I'm making a New Year's resolution. One of them is to get the name of this award right. The other is to stop telling my husband to go get the thingy. Like, he hates it when I say thingy. This thingy, that thingy, everything's a thingy. And that's my other. Those are my two for the year.
That's a good resolution.
And so far, so good.
Yeah.
All right. We have, of course, with us the Executive Director of the Children's Services Council of St. Lucie County, and that is the one, the only Sean Boyle. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to test your memory even more. So
boy.
Both of you. So at the Children's Services Council, we do 5 things.
Every baby is a healthy baby?
Yep.
Keeping kids in school?
Sure. Yes.
I might not be in order, but that's one. Keeping kids off drugs and alcohol?
Yep.
And I only need 2 more.
Yeah.
Okay, and keeping kids in school.
Lifeline.
But I'm lifelining.
Well, you got to get long distance.
Keeping kids in school, keeping kids off drugs. Every baby's a healthy baby. What else?
Safe driving.
No, not safe driving.
Although
we need that one.
I'll help you out.
See, I really think 2 of these should be 1, but that's just.
I feel like I'm getting
every artist
redundant.
has a
Maybe,
different way to do it.
Yeah. Keeping kids off the streets.
Which is, yeah.
And stopping child abuse before it happens.
Oh, stopping
That's a
child
big one.
abuse. That's
Right,
a good
right,
one.
right,
That's a, all right. I was close. I got 3.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you said keeping kids in school. I mean, what's the difference between that and keeping them off the street?
off the streets can be the summer. It can be
Yeah,
before
after
school.
Boo, boo.
You know, everybody's a critic. So.
I vote driving, safe driving.
So we fund and partner with 50 programs that
Yes.
last year reached over 30,000 children in our community. And I'm very excited to hear our representative, our visitor from Haiti, talk about how her sister said that it's a great place for children and families.
It is.
That makes me proud. And I could just end end my spot right there with that.
Just say we did that.
Yeah, we were part of we were a part of that. But we do this award each month to highlight and to award somebody who's working hard every day to better the lives of not only children but their families as well.
Right.
And while we talk about those 5 priorities, and obviously we're excited about the
What
award
are they
winner.
again?
Really?
Yeah, in order, real quick.
Okay, making sure every baby's a healthy baby, stopping child abuse before it happens, keeping kids off the street, keeping them in school, and keeping them off drugs, alcohol, and other risky behaviors. All right, so a great thing about this award is we get to highlight programs that maybe a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah.
So this program that Kate Priest, our award winner, is from is and it just changed its name, so hopefully I get it right. Treasure Health Youth and Family Grief Program.
Is that right?
Is it
Okay,
right? All right.
all right.
I've been practicing as well.
I see that.
It's been around in our community for 17 years, and it works with children who've experienced grief and loss. Now, that may sound like, well, every child experiences grief and loss, but how children deal with it and cope with it can have an impact on their family life, can have an impact on their educational, classroom behavior, and this program has worked for 17 years on those children that are struggling with grief and loss. So our award winner this year, or this month, I should say,
month, yes.
is Kate Priest from Treasure Health.
Very good. Congratulations, Kate. Kate, tell us a little bit about what you do and what your role is there
Okay,
at Where He Said.
yes. It is still a struggle, but we are Treasure Health, also Treasure Coast Hospice. Treasure Health is the umbrella organization now for Treasure Coast Hospice. So we're still here, still providing services. In the youth and family grief program, really our focus is on identifying those children and families who have experienced the loss of a loved one to be able to intervene early and provide that support that they need in those early days, weeks, months, so that they can progress through their grief in a very healthy manner. As Sean said, it does keep them in school. Grief impacts everything across the board, as most of us would probably realize. But everything from just how they cope at home, how they behave at home, how they behave at school, how the family interacts together. If you have a key member of the family who dies, that whole family structure is now changed. What was always normal before isn't normal now. So the family piece of our program is really important in helping them put the pieces back together and be able to move forward. So there's several different ways we do that. We meet with clients individually in the office. We also do groups. We have a family group night. And a brand new thing that we're working on in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club in St. Lucie County, and we're very excited about it, is we are providing 8-week programs there right now for focusing more on general and being able to kind of bring it down into the grief when we identify those children who are at the Boys and Girls Club. And we're doing that right now at the Garden Terrace site.
Okay.
So it's a new pilot program. They've been fantastic to work with, and we're really excited about that partnership.
And that partnership came about because the Youth of the Year from the Boys and Girls Club, Alicia Johnson, for 2 years talked about the need for mental health services at the after-school sites because a lot of the youth are dealing with grief and loss.
Well, that's great. She's a remarkable young lady, Alicia Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard her speak a couple times. So that you're actually being proactive in identifying these people and not just waiting for them to come to you.
Exactly. And because a lot of times in certain areas of our city, of course, and the county, it's very difficult logistically for parents. They're working or, other socioeconomic factors, they can't get to the office. So for us to be able to go into a community site like the Boys and Girls Club, to be able to provide those services to those children in need is really, really important. I do want to make sure I mention our services are provided in the office when we meet with clients and families individually across the board in our counseling program. We have the youth and family program. We also have the adult program. So you did not have to have a family member who was on hospice to be able to access our
very
services.
important,
That's
yeah.
very important. And the other important thing to know is that we operate on a donation-only basis. So we do request that we, that if people are able, that they make a donation, but we don't bill for our services that we provide in the counseling program, which makes our partnership with Children's Services Council so very important, because thanks to them, we are able to do what we do, and we've been able to do it for this many years.
Very nice.
Kate, thank you for all that you do. So the Treasure Coast Hospice is now Treasure Health. Did I
That's
catch that
correct.
right? And Treasure Coast Hospice, is that on Midway? Where's Treasure Coast Hospice
Yes, we have
located?
our 2 locations. We have the Midway Road office. So for St. Lucie County, that's most applicable, but we also have a location in Stewart.
But it's a tremendous resource, and certainly that's, it's a big part of our lives here. Hopefully some of our residents were born here, and then our life ends here. It's the whole circle of life. My mom passed away at Treasure Coast Hospice. It was a wonderful facility. Couldn't say anything better about it. I mean, it was just everything you needed to be, and so it's natural that you have the grief counseling. Let's be honest, PSL, we don't always like to deal with grief. We like to, it's one of the most difficult things that we deal with as human beings, and sometimes we push it away. I know for me personally, with the kids, my children, they're in the IB program, if you know what that is, and to get into the IB program at one of our local schools, you have to write an essay. And both my middle child, my son Christian, he wrote about his grandfather passing away. It's kind of the most important thing that had ever happened to him, or the biggest thing that had ever happened, the most impactful thing. And then my daughter Caitlin, who just was accepted this last week, she wrote about my mom, her grandma dying. So, we don't always take time to realize how impactful grief is, especially to our children. It's just so wonderful that you're out there doing what you do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kate.
All right, everybody. I know it's hard to clap after we're talking about our loved ones passing away and moving on, but we're clapping for Kate.
Kate. Don't leave. This is very good. I just want to say congratulations again, and give us your website or a telephone number where people that are experiencing some grief, maybe they can get a hold of you to take advantage of your services.
Okay, so the website is www.treasurehealth.org, and the phone number that you would call would be 772-403-4530.
Thank you for that. All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
We're going to have training. We're going to have a training session.
Training.
But when I was on the side, being the hype man for you, I noticed that Ariel, our previously hype girl, Ariel, come down here for a second, please.
We've had many hype men.
No, bring your beverage. Bring your beverage.
But you have been our best hype man.
Yeah, well, I'm hype.
I know it.
It's from punching my phone so much.
I don't know how the beverage gets any hypier.
Here's what I noticed. Yes, thank you. Ariel, our hype girl was drinking a beverage of Champions Mountain Dew.
Yes.
And this is a Pepsi product, and as you probably know, Pepsi is one of Tropicana's brands. They're all Tropicana is a PepsiCo company. And so just wanted to thank you for being hype and to call out Mountain Dew and Pepsi.
Copious amounts of sugar and caffeine at 8 in the morning.
I'm wearing the wrong shirt. I actually have a Mountain Dew shirt with a little kitten breaking through the shirt that I got from my coworkers on Christmas. So
she wasn't mic'd for any of that, so I don't know if that.
It's all good.
She has a cat shirt. There.
No, but it's breaking through the Mountain Dew because it's powered by Mountain Dew. It's hype.
If you give a cat Mountain Dew, you are going to see power.
So true story. Mountain Dew was my beverage of choice.
Yes.
But as some people may know in this audience, like when you're 20, your metabolism's super fast.
Yes.
When you're 30, as a male, it kind of one notch down, 35, another notch, 40, forget about it.
Yeah.
I had to switch to diet.
Diet Mountain Dew is very good, though.
Yeah, it is. It's excellent. And then, do you know Russ Blackburn, our city manager?
Of course.
Now, we're kind of yin and yang,
You are?
because I'm,
a Mountain Dew drinker.
Yes. Well,
And
but this is the thing. He's reserved.
Yes, probably a tea drinker.
We share values.
Yes.
But he's more reserved.
Very reserved.
He's a Mountain Dew drinker.
Is he really?
Yeah. He had to give it up, though, because he's even older than me.
Yeah, he looks great, though.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the Mountain Dew portion.
You are yin and yang. He is very reserved, very calm, very, yeah.
If they give us a check, we could just superimpose Mountain Dew back there.
Well, we do need a sponsor for our event at Savannah's.
Well, we're having fun. We like to make this entertaining.
Remember that, and we'll use this as our sales pitch because we do need a sponsor for our. We're going to go to Savannah's on February 19th, which is it's in holiday, President's Day. And we're going to invite the community, and we're going to have a barbecue, and we're going to have a fun bus for the kids to come on out and join me and you. We'll take some hikes with the public and film it all so everybody knows what the Savannahs looks like and the resource that we have right here in our community.
Our community is very special, and just like I was teasing with Mayor Nice of Haiti. Nice Simone. Even as I was teasing with her about us being home to Club Med, we're also home to the Savannahs. And these are very special resources. And even when we're having fun, you got to pay attention because we may be then pivoting to something serious. So the city is actually working on a memorandum of understanding with PepsiCo on partnering on how to make Port St. Lucie one of the cleanest, greenest cities in the world. So it's actually a public-private partnership that we're mapping out as we speak. And it would just be great if it comes to fruition because PepsiCo is already here in a big way in Tropicana. And they may help with litter efforts, the new extreme sport park, and maybe even building another storage cell, water treatment area at McCarty Ranch. So we're talking about some really exciting things, and we hope we can bring that home in 2018.
Yeah. Very good. It was a great meeting and doing some more recycling in the schools.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, happy to help in any way get that going, and so we were a part of that too.
Let's take their questions.
Yeah,
they've been here a long time. Let's see what they have to say. I know the Haitian delegation, they slipped me a note. They want, it's very serious.
Yes.
It's, I believe, we're going on the 8th year anniversary of the earthquake in Haiti.
Devastating.
Devastating disaster. They're still recovering, obviously, from that. That's not something you can just turn the page the next day. And as we already mentioned, we have a lot of Port St. Lucky's came from Haiti. And so we just wanted to recognize that and continue to offer our help in the recovery.
Yes, definitely.
Mark, if anyone's got a question, raise your hand and bring it.
I knew somebody had a question. They had asked me previously.
Who's that guy in the red shirt? I don't know him. Go ask him who he is, Mark.
Jeez. We're just going to call people out and just, hey.
Mohammed Malik, the Chick-fil-A guy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah, it's good to see
guy. Tell us where your Chick-fil-A is going.
Oh, no, I'm the one who said the Port St. Lucie is not a real city until it gets Chick-fil-A.
Oh, he's not the Chick-fil-A owner. He's the Chick-fil-a fan.
He's an aficionado.
Okay.
And
very
we're getting one.
Yes.
And thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come.
Thank you.
I understand the concerns of the people that live along Floresta, as far as them not wanting to expand it and their reasons. Is there any way maybe we can come to a compromise? Because for the people that drive on Floresta, getting around garbage trucks and mail trucks makes it very difficult. Maybe just a center lane in the middle instead of.
We have some plans. You've talked about some plans.
Stay there, Mark. So, Mohammed, let me ask you, why do you drive Floresta currently? Do you live off of Floresta?
I live block off Floresta.
Oh, you live off of Floresta? So where are you going normally when you're driving Floresta?
Either towards St. Lucie Boulevard or to Prima Vista.
To get to?
Different things all the time. I got.
So that's the thing. So Crosstown think of Crosstown as a magnet. So right now, everyone that's driving Floresta for the most part, unless you're going to visit somebody, you're either driving to Prima or you're driving to the boulevard to get east or west. And so Crosstown is a magnet because now instead of going one of those two directions, depending if you're heading north or south, you're going to be drawn to Crosstown. So Crosstown, we expect it to suck up so much of that traffic that you're going to have less traffic on Floresta other than the local traffic that's trying to get from your house and out and back. But we are going to I would expect that we are going to blow up the intersections. So those intersections are going to be widened. You're going to see continuous flow. And there's also the opportunities for bike lanes and other things that in a pinch allow you to get around. So I live in the Sandpiper neighborhood, and a good comp is Westmoreland.
Right.
You know, there are some times if there's a giant deposit of garbage at the end of someone's driveway, it's just going to happen. But for the most part, it's never backed up. It doesn't matter if it's mail or
You're
garbage.
referring to Westmoreland heading towards
Towards the mall, towards US 1, because the other side is Veterans
The other side,
Memorial.
yeah.
Yeah, so Westmoreland connects US 1 to PSL Boulevard. It's kind of a backdoor cut. And I think 14,000 plus trips on that road through a beautiful single family neighborhood every day. And we've taken testimony on it. Everything that I've heard and everything I believe says that that's a much better road for a neighborhood than Bayshore or Rosso, a 4-lane divided road. Once upon a time, PSL Boulevard was a 2-lane road.
Yeah, I remember.
And we still have single family homes on a 6-lane divided road that bears the name of our city. So we're just trying to find that right balance. We're absolutely going to take that kind of input and make sure we design it correctly. But I think that we're going to really make most people happy. Can't make everyone happy all the time, unfortunately, but I think we're going to make most people happy with the
You're
rest
going
of
to
the
see a
project.
difference when that costs.
The problem is the time.
Yeah.
So unless the people give us like a sales tax or another funding source, the problem is the timing on a Floresta project. A Floresta project is going to cost $30 million. And our budget, we're at steady state. We're kind of like a break-even budget. We can't deficit spend like the feds. We can't just sell bonds and print money. We have to have a balanced budget. And, let's say a police officer's, after you pay like benefits and equipment and all, that's $100,000. That's what you're talking about. And the trade-off. How do you build a $30 million road? That's the challenge. The design, I think we're going to get. It's the funding.
It's the funding.
But thank you very much for being here.
Probably a prelude to some things we'll be talking about this year is some possible funding sources for some road projects here in Port St. Lucie. Thank you for the question. I know we have another question up here.
And I don't know what they're going to do in the booth about it, but these are questions. The city is nonpartisan, and we try to focus on our local issues.
Yeah.
But I certainly understand why he brought that up.
Definitely.
In the context.
I think we all agree, but yes.
A day after a certain comment was allegedly made. So it's a difficult position. But really, that's the beauty of local government. None of us put a D or an R by our name. We're all here just to serve you on getting local issues done. And quite frankly, that's why this is probably the only office I'll ever run for. Because I don't want to declare. I don't want to have to get into the extremes. Just want to help as many people as possible every day.
Yeah.
But certainly understand
Our hearts do go out to you, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, that doesn't represent, we're a city for all people, period.
Yeah.
You work hard, you do the right thing, American dream, right here at PSL.
Of course.
Erwin Zanetsky, ARP Legislative Chairperson. Any news on Costco? I know you've written some letters and made some calls. They haven't made any decisions yet.
I haven't been formally notified, but I have received a negative indication.
Aww.
Yeah, so we'll have to see.
That's disappointing.
I called the city manager at 8:30 p.m. last night and gave him another idea on something that we could try, but we'll just have to see. A lot of people out there in PSL, they just want certain retailers and think that we can control it or mandate it. And it's just as simple as us saying, hey, Costco, go there. It's unfortunately, it's a free market. We've tried. I don't believe in begging people.
I was really hopeful after your last meeting with them. I heard great things. I know he tried very hard and had a great meeting with them. And even some representatives from the Economic Development Council really felt good about the meeting. So I'm sorry to hear that. This is the first time hearing that you have received
I haven't received anything formal, but
the indication is not good. That's too bad.
I made a call before the holidays just to see where we're at. And they had like one site kind of on the south of PSL, but just didn't have enough trips on that road. And unfortunately, there's not really a good site for them in Tradition.
No.
Kind of in the retail area. It's all in the kind of the undeveloped or still developing portion.
Outliers.
And they want to be somewhere where there's critical mass. And really, St. Lucie West is pretty much built out. Once upon a time, you had a BJ's propose to go in, but there was a lawsuit between Publix because they wanted to enforce their non-compete, essentially, their restrictive covenant. And so that was that.
Too bad.
Thank you. But
Thanks for the question.
Once I get formal indication, I'll let everyone know. I didn't want to depress everybody, though, without having formal indication.
Too late. All right, do we have any more questions from our audience today? We're open to anything. I have one more. Okay, you called him out, and now he's a permanent co-host.
Yeah.
I know the Florida Department of Transportation handles this, but I don't know if you have any leeway in this or not. But there was talk last year about expanding Bayshore Boulevard or doing something with Bayshore Boulevard as far as the entrance onto the turnpike. I saw their plan. It wasn't a bad plan, but one of the things that kind of perplexed me is that if you're heading down Bayshore Boulevard, you have to go across Port St. Lucie Boulevard, do the wind, come back, and then go through the toll plaza. Can you speak to them about maybe possibly having just a right turn right there before Port St. Lucie Boulevard and going right there onto the turnpike instead of having to cross over Port St. Lucie Boulevard?
The north side of it is what he wants.
They're actually studying that, Mohammed, and I'm trying to think if I posted it on Facebook or not, but there's an actual graphic. So there's 2 phases of improvements on that interchange. One is they're going to add turn lanes and make some other modifications that make the existing configuration function better. And then they're working on their 10, 20-year plan, which actually picks it up and moves it. And so one of the gateways, if you will, one of the ramps will be right off of PSL Boulevard with the corkscrew. Another, it's funky, and I've provided comments, actually comes in further north on Bayshore, and there would be a light right at that lake that's existing there now. So that's my recollection. I can actually picture, it doesn't do you any good. I can picture it in my mind's eye because I provided them comments that if you don't buffer that lake properly, you get lights into the single family area. And right now they're enjoying that lake. They don't want to look at tens of thousands of car headlights coming into their property. So they are working on it as they are working on adding interchanges at Crosstown and Midway. So that's that. If we don't have any other questions, that's going to be a wrap on this show. I just wanted to call out and congratulate St. Lucie Public Schools.
Yes.
Because they, as you may have seen, I hope you've seen, and if you haven't, please take it away with you. They are number 5 in the state and number 1 on the Treasure Coast for graduation rate.
Yes. I do want to add to that there's always controversy with numbers, but we do some programs with the school system here, Young Floridian. We do an education and business breakfast, but we have actually seen the push from the administration down to the school level on making sure those kids stay connected, stay invested in their education, and it has made a difference. So nobody should take those numbers away from them. They earned them, and they did a good job with that, and they have got a program in place that really goes out into the community to make sure that all those kids are recaptured if they're on the cusp of not graduating, and making sure they graduate. So that's a huge number and a huge gain, and so exciting for our area.
It is exciting, and you can always argue about numbers, but what I like about the state system is that, again, remember in Florida, it's not the city that takes care of schools, it's an independent school district, and school districts coincide. They're the same area as a county. So there's 67 counties in Florida. There's basically 67 school districts. There's an independently elected board and the policymakers, like analogous to our council, and then they appoint or elect, depending on the system. We appoint, our school board appoints a superintendent. His name is Wayne Gent. So that's the system. Remember that's how it works. But with this new team that's come in, the board working with Wayne, and Wayne is he's a local that came home. He kind of cut his teeth in St. Lucie Public Schools, and he came back. He knows how to operate the system, but what's great about the accountability system is even if it has a flaw, it's the same system for all 67 counties.
Yeah, it's the same flaw.
So there's absolute performance, and then there's relative performance. And in the competitive world, you know, we sell Florida Sunshine. There's 67 counties that say they do the same thing, and 67 school districts. For this stat that's measured the same way across 67, we're number 5, and we're number 1 on the Treasure Coast. So say what you will about the numbers, that's something to celebrate.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Superintendent John.
Well, the whole team, and as any good coach will tell you, you know, it's the players, and in this case, that means the teachers and the administrators that make it happen and facilitate the kids' success. And at the end of the day, we obviously want our kids to graduate. So first, you know, get them make sure they're graduating, and then just continue to raise the bar on the quality. And they're also doing that. If you remember, our previous best ever ranking was 43. That's not what we want. I mean, honestly, come on, that's not what we want. We want to be number 1.
Absolutely.
Who goes around saying they want to be number 43?
Yeah.
But last year, Sean, you don't, do you? No, Sean Boyle doesn't.
No.
He's got 5 things, but he doesn't want to be number 43. And anyways, they went from 43 to 32, so that's a big jump. And graduation rate is a big part of the ranking.
Yes.
So, I mean, we should already know that we're going to have more success. We're doing everything that we can to help the school district. Our employees are authorized to participate in the reading mentoring program.
Yep.
We are partnering on truancy. We added officers in our budget to help them. We are offering a homeowner assistance program where teachers are eligible to help recruit the best and brightest.
Great.
And a lot of other things. So I hope that our audience and the people who watch at home can find a way to volunteer, especially reading, get into kids by 3rd grade. And we have an education foundation.
We do.
You know, and so if you don't have time, give Treasure.
Give Treasure.
But let's see how good we can get.
Money always helps. Kids at Hope, through the Roundtable, St. Lucie County too, where they do training from everybody, from bus drivers to identify issues that may be impeding the success of children in the school. So there's a lot. It takes a village. It does. And so in 2018, it's about hope and being the best that we can be. And of course, St. Lucie County is a kids at Hope community. And what are kids capable of, Sean Boyle?
Success, no exception.
All right, that's right.
Success, no exceptions.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we do hope that you will check our calendar, stluciechamber.org, for a whole list of other events that you may join us at, many of them free. I do have a couple giveaways. They're right there by my phone. We'll do a couple of giveaways. Who can tell me two
of the 5 that really should be 4?
5 things that Children's Services Council tackles here, and not Sean Boyle, that tackles here in the community. Let's get somebody new. How about you?
Every baby's a healthy baby.
She said every baby's a healthy baby. Mark, you want to give her the mic? Can you do that? 1 second here, just because I don't want to have to repeat everything you say. So there you go.
Every baby's a healthy baby, and keep kids off drugs, alcohol, and bad behavior.
Okay, that's 2. You're going to get a free sub to Jersey Mike sub right there in St. Lucie West. Who wants to give me the other 3?
Is it the full-size sub? Or if it's full, we could cut it in half and she could bring the mayor.
She could. I think it is the full-size sub, so there you go. All right, now I have a gift card for Kyle G's, and I don't know how much this is worth, but Mark's going to tell me.
It is $10.
$10 to Kyle G's out there on the beach. Who can name the other 3? Real? Okay, Ariel thinks she can do it. If you want to hop over there to Ariel, we'll see. If not, Loretta from my office thinks she can do it. But you got to name the other 3. She already said every baby's a healthy baby.
So one is keep kids in school. One is keep kids off the streets. And the last one is, give me a second here. To stop child abuse before it happens.
There you go. Very good. We're going to give her that gift card to Kyle G's, a brand new partner for us, a beautiful restaurant there on Hudson.
That's not going to be big enough. I think I would want the shrimp cocktail. It'll be more than $10. Thank you.
Might be a little bit more than $10, but that's what we got. I want to thank all of you for joining us today. I want to say thank you to Silver Platter Entrees for providing the coffee in Danish. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming. Until next time.